Good evening. Welcome to PM Rock Live. How have you been? How was your night? And how has your day been? How was church today? I hope you had a great time. I had a great time. It was amazing in the presence of God. I want to welcome you specially today, and I want to appreciate you for taking your time to tune in to connect with me. I do not take this for granted. I want to appreciate all your support and all the likes, the comments. In fact, the comment has been so wonderful. The comment have been so powerful. The comments have been very encouraging. It has helped me to grow. It is also helping me to do better. And I really, 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 really appreciate this. I do not take it for granted, as I always say. Thank you for coming on board. Welcome to PM Rock Live. It has been an honor and it has been a privilege serving you in this channel. It has been a massive privilege coming to you every week, and God has been so faithful. There's always something for the day. Very rich. And I am very much grateful to those of you that have been sending me personal message. I've been receiving personal messages across the globe from different continents in the world. I've been receiving a lot of messages from the US, from Canada, from Dubai, from Nigeria, from South Africa, from different parts of the world. I can't mention all of them. I've been receiving a lot of comments and messages, and those messages have been firing me up. They've been giving me strength and they've been encouraging me to pull through and to push better. So I do not take your comments for granted. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, I want you to know that you are way behind. You need to subscribe to this channel. And if you have not been placing your comments, you see, I have a lot of ghost viewers. They just watch and they send me a message. Oh, I watch, it's powerful. Though I don't comment, but I enjoy it. I want to encourage you to comment, and I want to encourage you to like the broadcast, like this content, share it. Sharing it, it's a very vital aspect of your own life, because the duty that is for you is the sharing. My duty is to do the speaking, which I am doing faithfully, and your own duty is to do the sharing. So I urge you to be faithful and to become better in your faithfulness in sharing. Share it to others, share it to personal messages, share it to friends WhatsApp, share it to their Facebook Messenger, share it to their social media, share it to their Google accounts, share it to their email, share it all over. You don't know, this might be saving somebody's life, this might be helping somebody and helping someone to get through the hurdles and the phases or the challenge or the process of his or her life. So it is very important for you to share this, and don't forget, ring the notification bell. I always say the notification bell is your partner. The notification bell gives you my video every time I come live. The notification bell sends that video to your device automatically. So do not take the notification bell for granted, because it's your partner in delivering you the message that comes from PM Rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming on board. I just want to take this opportunity to appreciate all those of you that are online already. I know my baby is always there. Thank you for coming online. Thank you, my mama, for coming online. Thank you, Daniel, for coming online. Thank you, every one of you, for coming online. I also want to appreciate my very good friend. He doesn't like title, but permit me, Pastor Abib. It has been a very good pleasure. You are one of those people that follow everything I do, and I also do not take it for granted. And your family, I want to appreciate you specially. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You've been a source of encouragement to me and to my family as well, and we appreciate you. Thank you for coming on board, and today let's deep dive. It is time for the real thing. Last week we were talking about seed and harvest. For a while now, we have been talking about the pathway of your life. We started with telling the story that your life is a storyteller. Your life, excuse me, your life is going to lay a foundation for the generation coming behind you, and your life is going to be laid like a book. Your life is going to be a thing or an article that the generation behind you are going to read, and they will follow your footstep. either right or wrong. So it is very, very, very important the way you live your life, the decision you make going forward, and whatever you do with your life, because somebody out there is watching you, is learning from you, is emulating, is learning, and is doing the same thing you are doing. So you need to understand that you are leading somebody either right or wrong. And if you are leading somebody wrongly, then you have yourself to blame. And if you are leading somebody rightly, of course, you have yourself to be praised. That is how it is. And I want to encourage you to lead people rightly by laying the right example, because your life is an example for others to follow, emulate, and for others to make reference to. Your life is a reference for everyone you meet, and every phases of life you go through. Your life is a reference. And you need to understand that your life is a reference for people to see and make reference to what they do, to their action, to their decisions, or whatever step they take in life. They make reference to your life. And that is why it's important, the decisions you make going forward. And I did say to you last week that as long as this earth remains, as long as we are alive, as long as there is a day and there's a night, as long as we go from Monday, Tuesday to Friday to Saturday to Sunday to face another Monday again, seed time and harvest time will not stop coming. It will not cease. It will not end. So life is constituted of giving and receiving, seed and harvest. So you give, you receive. You receive, you give. You cannot separate the two. You cannot live without any. So you can't wake up today and say, no, me, I'm only giving, I'm not receiving. No. You can't say, me, I'm only receiving, I'm not giving. Life is a combination of the two. There is seed, there is harvest. There is giving, there is reaping. There is giving, there is collecting. There is giving, there is taking. You must let go and you must accept. That is how God designed this life, and that is how this life and this earth runs. You like it or not. You know, the day comes where you work, the night comes when you rest. So it is always like that. You know, the morning comes, the evening comes. You know, so it is always a day and always a night. It's always a seed and it's always a harvest. So I want to ask you, in last week, how did you spend your week? Did you spend your week sowing seed? Did you spend your week, you know, going through those things I talked about? I told you, go back home and check your life, evaluate yourself. What are the seeds I'm sowing? Am I sowing the right seed, or I'm sowing the wrong seed? I want to start this evening by saying you must learn to sow the right seed. In your life, in your family, in your career, in your going out, you're coming in, regardless of what you do, whoever you meet, you must learn to sow the right seed. If you don't sow the right seed, which means you are sowing the wrong seed. If you're not sowing the positive seed, you're sowing the negative seed. The negative seed influence people wrongly and make people to become what they are not. The positive seed influence people rightly and make them to become what they are supposed to be. So you need to understand that your life, the way you live your life already, is also a seed. You know, I was talking about seed, I was talking about harvest. Last week I talked about seed time and harvest time. You need to realize that the way you live your life is also a seed, because the way you live your life is sowing a seed into somebody else's life, positively or negatively. So you must be careful. You see, it's good you want to make money. It's good. You need to take a step. It's good. You need to change your level. It's good. You need to, attain a certain or a greater level in life. Yes, it's good. But you must be careful the kind of step you take and how you get it done or how you achieve it. Because at the end of the day, you need to realize that your life is a seed. And your life will go into somebody else's life to germinate. And what does it germinate? It germinates character. It produces character. It produces what they face or what they become in life. So which means if you are a courageous person, your life will be sowing a lot of courageous seed. Then you see people around you are getting encouraged. If you are a discouraged person, you discover that everybody around you is becoming discouraged. They will get fed up because all your life tell them is life is difficult, life is not good, things are not working, things are not going to work. You know, why somebody say, the world has ended. There's nothing again. There's nothing in this world. Somebody is saying that, it's now that the best and the sweetness and the goodies of this world are available. So you see, now you must realize that the eyes you use to look at a thing determines how you approach it and determines the language of your mouth. And that's why you need to look at this life with the right mindset look at it with the right emotions, with the right attitude, and get the best out of it. Every day, every moment, every hour is an opportunity for you to be better than you are. So please don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for next year. Start now. Start by improving yourself. Look at yourself and tell yourself, am I sowing the right seed in my environment? Am I sowing the right seed among the people I live with? Am I sowing the right seed in my family? Am I sowing the right seed at the place of my work? You know, it is so sad that some of you work with people that are not, they are not children of God. You work with people that are not bona fide children of God, that are not scripture oriented like you are. You work with those kind of people, but at the end of the day, they cannot even tell originally who you are. It is sad. As a child of God, and as a person that God has invested his time, his resources into, your life should interpret who you are wherever you go. Your life should be able to tell people who you are without your words being involved. You don't need to say to people, this is who I am, for them to understand who you are. No, your life should just interpret who you are. Your life should interpret the kind of personality you carry. Your life should interpret the kind of personality you represent. Your life should interpret the kind of beliefs that you have inside of you. That is how it should be. That is how you should live your life. Now, when you begin to live your life and people try to give you different kind of names and see you in different ways, it brings a massive question mark. I walk into places and people just look at me and say, Pastor, I work here, Pastor, I work here, Pastor, I work here, Pastor. And yet I don't carry a title on my head, I'm a pastor. I don't carry a title on my head or carry a sign and say I'm a pastor, or a small speaker that will always say today, he's a pastor, he's a pastor. No, I just live my life like a regular person, but everywhere I go, people quickly interpret who I am and give me a certain name because that is who I represent. I was talking to someone and he said, no, I know you and your family, you are children of God. I can see that you guys are children of God. I can see that you guys love God. I can see the fear of God in you. And that was what the person was saying. The person does not know me or my family. And the person was telling me, I said, I can see that you guys, you don't play with God. I can see you don't play with God. So anybody that must be close to you must be ready to work with God. That's what and I felt so excited. I said, oh my God, I'm so glad that I represent the right thing. Somebody did not see me and said, I see you, I see club. No. Oh, I see you, I see a failure, or I see you, I see a disappointment. No, they see me, they see victory. Somebody say, I see you, I see the kind of pattern my life should follow. Because this is the kind of life I want. And I told God, I said, in my little way, in my young way, or in my small way, or in my beginning way, and in this way, I think that I'm just coming up. Somebody already is embracing my life and wants that kind of a life. Man. Some of you in the circle you are already a nuisance to your environment, a nuisance to your family, or a nuisance to everybody around you. What kind of influence are you influencing your generation? See the world we live in today. Do you know the world today? My mentor was preaching today. He was talking about witchcraft, and when he was talking about witchcraft, I was thinking about the world. I wasn't even thinking about persons. I wasn't thinking about individuals. I was thinking about the world. That the world today is operating in what you call witchcraft. The world is operating in the spirit of domination. The world is operating in the spirit of power and control. So every country that has a substantial money, or every country that have an authority, wants to control every other one. So the world is playing with power now. Power control. They want to control. They want to manipulate. So you see, there's war here, there's war there, there's fighting here, there's fighting there. Nobody wants to come together. Nobody wants to dialogue. Nobody wants to express love. Why? Because of power and control. Want to control everybody? No, control yourself. Now you discover that those people that want to control everybody have not yet controlled themselves. That is the irony of this matter. You see, now somebody wants to control everybody, and yet he has not tamed his own self to control himself, and yet he wants to control everyone. Sorry, you are missing it. Start with yourself. Control yourself. Put your own self under subjection, under discipline, and teach yourself a certain right character. Grow yourself with that character before you start growing others. I'm so blessed to have an amazing mother. My mother, first of all, she's very beautiful. Two, she's very God fearing. She has a very wonderful moral character and moral conduct. My mother discovered that all her children are boys. The majority actually are boys. We have 9 boys, nine, Nine, nine boys, or Nin, I don't know. 9 boys. And at the end of the day, my mom called us and said, "You guys are boys. Come, let me teach you." So when you get married, you will know the right thing. In fact, before you get married, you will know the right woman, you will know the right thing. You won't just take one junk and eat because a woman cook food. You will know the taste of the right food because you can cook the right food. So my mom taught us how to cook squarely, very well, taught us how to do the dishes, taught us how to do the home, taught us how to do everything. So I can manage my home very well. I can do all the things a woman can do, if not better. I can do it close to the same. She taught us all these things. Why? Because she was empowering us to be the right person. Now, by the time I decided I was going to get married, I know the nice taste. And when the food is tasty, I can say, "Yeah, thank you for giving me an amazing food." Why? Because I know a tasty food. Because I cook a tasty food. But when you are a man that cannot cook, you'll be at the mercy of the woman. Whatever she cook is excellent. Whatever she cook is nice because you can't cook. I have a friend like that. Whatever, you just carry the junk to the junk to the junk to the junk, mix them in the pot, take one big spoon, mix it up together, dish it in the plate. This guy is going to eat with joy and gladness because he doesn't know what it means to have a tasty food. You know, And the day he visited me, and I made a little meal, and this guy ate, then the world started catching fire. Because man, this guy realized that, my God, UV food can be this nice. Yeah. So you yourself need to fix yourself, need to work on yourself. When you work on yourself, then you will be able to work on your brothers, your family, your neighbors, your environment, your community, and on the world. Right now, if the world decides to be what the Bible called your brother's keeper, if the world decides to obey the scriptures that they claim they know, when you go, everybody claim they know God. They are close to God. They know the scriptures. They know the word of God. I am a child of God. No, I have the love of God. I have the fear of God. If everybody claim to do what the word says, he said you should simply be your brother's keeper, then the world will not be in chaos. If country A is being the brother keeper of country B, then country A will not send missiles to country B, and country B will not return the missiles to country A, because they will look after each other. But today we live in a world where everybody is his own keeper and does not care about his next neighbor. So your next neighbor is dying. As long as you are not the one, it's fine. Somebody say, "I can do anything to get money." I said, no. I can do whatever does not cause the detriment of myself and the next person to me. I don't need to know the person. So whatever will not cause my own detriment and will not cause the next detriment of the next person to me, yes, I can do. But if it's going to cost me my detriment, my integrity, and it's going to cost the next person his integrity or affect him, I am not going to do it. So you must have an attitude of not just changing your neighbor, but changing yourself. Now, I want to say to those of you that like to see people and always want to fix them and want to correct them, that you must learn to correct yourself first. The word of God says that you must learn to remove, the peg in your own eyes before you go and remove the one in your brother's eyes. Because when you are busy trying to remove the one in your brother's eyes, the one in your eyes is already covering the whole eyes. So which means you are not seeing clearly. So every time you live a life of finding fault in others, just know that your own fault has become so big that it has occupied your home, occupied your life, that you no longer see the fault because it has become a regular lifestyle. But every time you decide to face your own fault, you will be qualified to change your neighbor. You must understand this. You are never qualified to fix your neighbor, your brother, or anybody till you fix yourself. When you fix yourself, you can fix them. So when I talk about seed, I'm talking about sowing the seed into your own life. I talked about investment. I told you last week, I said, whatever you receive, your salary, your income, they are investments. Now you must understand that if your income is investment, then you must realize that you first of all need to fix your mindset of investment. Because at the end of the day, I did say to you, going to McDonald's is not investment. It's a liability. You are wasting, you are spending, you're not getting back. Excuse me. So it's not an investment. The investment is when you carry what you have and replicate it by putting it somewhere for it to replicate. And when it replicates, it produces more of that. So when you have 1,000, you invest your 1,000, your 1,000 generates 500 or generates 200, you are now 1,200. You reinvest, you are now 1,400. You invest, you are getting to 2,000, and soon you become thousands of thousands. But when you stand up like some people do and say, I've worked hard, I deserve to eat, then you have 1,000, you go and eat 600. When you eat 600, do you still have 1,000? No. As the 1,000 replicated, no, it depreciated. Some of you, the whole money you have, you go and carry and buy a very beautiful car. You see, the first year you buy that car, you'll be driving, you are driving. No, it's beautiful. Yeah, I'm on top, I'm on top, I'm on top, I'm the boss. Then after a while, the car started deteriorating. The value and the quality of the car start dropping. That boss will start needing a mechanic. That boss will start needing a service. That boss will start needing you spending more money. Then you start struggling. But when you invest the right way, your 1,000 begin to produce more thousands, more thousands. Now, after a while, you must have grown into thousands of thousands of thousands, tens of thousands, twenties of thousands. Then you decide to get the car. That investment already is producing more and more, getting to more thousands. You will be able to service that car. You'll be able to nurture that car. You'll be able to handle the car well. That is how to live your life. Now, I want to say this before I go, because I don't intend to stay longer than this, maybe just a few more minutes and I'm done. That if you are living the life of spending everything you have, every month, every day, every year, you are running into an ocean to drown. If you're living a life of spending everything, some of you live a life of spending everything. So the day there's an emergency for you, or the day there's a quick need for you, there is nothing in your reserve. You are running on red line, on lifeline. You are running on a flame. You're running on flame. All that flame is just a little petrol or a little gasoline or a little paraffin. It will blast everywhere and you will get burnt. So learn to reserve. Learn to reserve. If you have the mindset of an investor, the mindset of a seed sower, I'm telling you, you will never run dry. Because every time the harvest comes, it comes to bless you again, to sow better seed while you nourish yourself. Now, this is the good side of it. When you sow your seed and the harvest comes, the harvest does not only come for you to sow the seed, it comes to nourish you. It's like a man that farmed 10 seed of maize. And when those 10 seed of maize grow up and they produce fruit, that 10 seed of maize is going to produce 10 mature maize. When you produce those 10 mature maize, you are not carrying that 10 maize to go and farm again. You just take one and you have 9 to nourish yourself. You see, now out of 9, you can sell 5. You can eat 4 out of 4. You can help neighbors. You can help friends. You can be a giver out of that 4. Also, don't forget, those of you like me that believe in tithes, before you even start doing anything, you give your tithe. Those of you that don't believe in tithes, it's you're on your own. Yeah, because there's too many beliefs today. It's not even what we talk about. This channel is not for that. Yeah, but that is my own life. So you keep your belief and keep whatever works for you, but this works for me. You know, so this level of giving is important. Giving out to the poor is very important. Giving out to the needy is very important. Some of you only believe in giving to yourself. Fine, enjoy. I believe in giving out to the needy. I believe that giving out to the poor. I believe that giving is ultimate, is part of our life, and that is why seed in your life is very important. It's not only for your nourishment, it's also for giving. So if you are saving five, if you have given and you are saving five or you're saving four, and out of that remaining one, you nourish yourself. When you nourish yourself, you discover that your health, your life is becoming better. You are a giver, you are becoming a boss already. And at the end of the day, you still have in your reserve. Meanwhile, that one you took, now you are not sowing 10. Remember, we started with 10 seed, but now we are not sowing 10 seed again, because that fruit, that corn that you harvest, has more than 50 to 100 seed. So just imagine how bigger your farm will go. Now, just imagine those of you that you got 10 seed and you carry the 10 seed, you put in the microwave and turn it to a popcorn. You're going to eat the 10 seed. You're going to feel nice. You're going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel nourished, but you have finished your 10 seed, and that is the end of the game. And very soon, the guy that's invested his 10 seed will come back with harvest. You will have to go there and get supply from him, beg for him, or take arm for him, or he's going to help you. You see, sowing is a very vital part of your life that you need to put into your conscious consideration. You need to put into your mind and make it your mindset. You need to make sowing part of your life. Sowing of seed, investing, you need to make it part of your life. Very vital. I did promise you that this week I'm bringing a guest, but the guest is going to come in next week. The guest is not coming in this week because this week I have had so many activities, too many activities. But next week I'm going to bring in the guest. I'm not going to be alone on the set. I'm going to have a guest with me, and it's going to be marvelous. It's going to be amazing. That guest is a very wonderful speaker. I love the way he speaks. I love the way he talks. He's a very wonderful theologian, and I like him. I love him. I love him for what he does, and he does it well with the whole of his heart. I love people that give out their best. Learn to sow seed. Learn to give out your best. Learn to sow seed. Learn to invest every opportunity you have, every blessing you have. Learn to invest in every open doors you have. Learn to use every opportunity you have, and your life will not remain the same. I will see you again next week. I remain your host, PM Rock. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming on board. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to ring the notification bell. They are very, very important. And don't forget, you can also put this video in your favorite list. If you put it in your favorite list, then the video stays there and it comes to you every time. You can play this video over and over and over and over till every word I've spoken gets into your system and produce results. I love you all. Thank you, every one of you, for coming online. Love you guys. I'll see you. I'll respond to your comments below. So every comment you join, I will respond to every single comment. No one will pass me by. See you guys next week. Love you guys, and bye-bye for now.